Edo First Lady Betsy Obaseki don't talk say gender violence against anybody na government matter. The First Lady talk this one when she talk on behalf of the Ministry of Social Development and Gender Issue. You now go remember say one Mrs. Tina Okiria get issue with her husband wey can't use gun shoot her hand where they can't cut the hand. The First Lady can't talk say belle no sweet them out at all. Say Tina go swear affidavit say make them leave her husband as the issue where she and her husband get don't turn Edo State matter, and say make anybody where they pressure her to forget the matter they on their own sake of say Edo government don't carry the matter and Director of Public Prosecution DPP go act accordingly to the law sake of say anybody like her husband go face the law of the land.
Alerted me that you had signed an affidavit to bail your husband. I was in shock, and I said that I was going to send for you today to see you myself, only for the PS Ministry of Gender to call me this morning to tell me the same thing. And I said I heard last night I was going to get them to send for you. And I said they should go ahead and send for you. I needed to see you myself. When this crime happened against you, you may not remember, your mother would remember because you were not in a healthy frame of mind. I said that this kind of crime is a crime against the state, against the government. These sort of crimes, it is you that it happened to. Okay, you might think, and most people think, that when somebody hurts them, it is between them and the person. But gender-based violence, which is what your situation falls under, acts of violence against people are acts of violence against the state. They are crimes not just against individuals, they're also crimes against the state, the government. So whether you like it or not, you are not bigger than government. That is what you must know. So whether the human being likes it or not, the government has already taken up that case and they will prosecute to the end. That is the message I've come to tell you. I said that to you in hospital on that day. I made it clear. I said that to you because I know that these sort of things happen. You go back and one family pressure or the other, one threat from the husband or the other or relatives will make you do what you're doing now. And I am disappointed that you, of all people, with the degree of harm and hurt done you, for whatever reason, makes no sense. We are here at the end of government, trying to get you the best prosthetics. I've had the doctors, they are calling, they are giving me quotes ranging from 2 point something million to 20 million, some from abroad. The local cheap and easy ones I could have done for you since, but we're looking for the best for you. I can show you text messages I sent between me and the doctor, Professor Adeoye. I said to him, we will do the best for her. I have the text, I can show it to you here. I had said that whatever monies you spent in hospital then, because you and your family had to pay for your bills, and that the government will refund you. I have my staff in the Ministry of Gender who have visited you, and they're supposed to be checking on you and all of that. If you have any issues, you should have mentioned it to them. You now go behind to disgrace womanhood. It's the whole of Nigerian women you've disgraced. The whole of, not just Nigerian women, but Nigerian citizens, because it's not only the women who are angry about your story, but the men also, including the governor. How a human being will inflict such heinous injury on you and you will be seeking to protect him. If you have any issues, or if money is a problem, a matter that the government is involved in, I am involved in it. The staff of the Ministry of Gender are involved. They go to pay you visit. You will now go behind. If you have any need, you didn't tell them. Another story of another woman, and this other story even happened in Edo State, and people were saying, so with a state like this, with the wife of the governor like this, fighting this thing, this woman kept quiet. She's dead and gone now. There's also one video, a little boy who was saying to his mother, calm down, calm down. Do you know that woman died? She refused to speak out about the terrible things her husband was doing to her. It was so bad, she couldn't tell anybody. Only her little child would see her reaction and would be telling her, calm down, calm down. Then it was so bad, she took her life. She couldn't endure it anymore because she wasn't willing and ready to seek help. She got so depressed, she committed suicide. To her, she would rather die and go than be living like that. But where has she gone? People don't know that you cannot take your own life. You take your own life, you've sinned against God. People who think that they can commit suicide, let everyone hear you commit suicide, you take your life. God says he gave it to you. You have no right to take it. If you take it, you've committed a crime against God. And we all know where people like that land. Nobody takes their life and lands in a pleasant place for eternity. So what's the point? You're suffering. You don't talk, you don't speak out for you to have help so that you get back the life God gave you to happily and pleasantly in this world. Then you now decide to now end it. And you think you are going to a place worse than what you experience here on earth. And that's for eternity. There's no end to it. I keep saying no human being has the right to make another human being unhappy in this life. Everybody came, God created everyone with the right to freedom, liberty, happiness, and to do what they want to do to make their lives meaningful to themselves. No creature, not even the one that gave birth to you, has a right to disturb your life. Then you give the power to a man whose head is not correct, obviously. Then you think you can go back, sign affidavits that you are bailing him, and you want to come and tell us other stories that it was accidental discharge after telling us the truth before. I just said I should let you know the government is bigger than you. The crime was committed against you and against government. If you decide you're not doing case again, the government will not stop. They will not say because of the wife, the person that suffered is not doing it anymore. The government will continue with this case. Go and tell your husband. The government will continue. DPP, you're here. Inside the VAP law, I made a point of collecting one clause and I put it inside. The Edo State VAP law is different from most other state government VAP laws. I included what they call compounding felony. Once the crime has been committed and government is pursuing it, any creature, whether it is the human being that suffered it, or it is the mother when it is children, or the father, or anybody, police officer, or anybody tries to stop the case by coming to school, they're not doing again. Oh, they have settled us. Perpetrators take advantage of molesting poor people, children from poor parents, so that they can give them money and then they will leave the case. That is the reason why the government says it is a case, it is a crime against the state. That anybody, including you attempt, as you're attempting now, to spoil the case, you cannot even say you're not doing it again because of that clause in the law. You know what will happen? We'll collect you and join. That is what it means. The lawyers are here to explain it to you. That's why I made sure that the state prosecutor, the one that is prosecuting your case, that got your husband locked up for the case to go freely and properly. We will join you inside the case because this case is against the state. Anybody who's trying to disturb that case will be collected, put in together with the person who did the crime. That the two of you have committed a crime against the state. And if it is whatever penalty that your husband will get at the end of the day, you will get it too. And to sound a warning to women who do not know that when they are abused and government gets to know and takes up the case, if they attempt to do what you're trying to do, let them all know they will be joined in the case. It is nothing personal. It is because government has the duty and responsibility to make society safe for other human beings. If people who are mad are living freely with other human beings, what are prisons for? There are prisons all over the world. They are there to collect those who cannot live decently with other human beings and put them out so that the rest of us who are normal can live decent lives that God gave us. That is government's responsibility. That is why they've made that law. So what you're trying to do is to attempt to spoil Edo State and Nigeria and the rest of the world for us. So that when people misbehave, do wicked, evil things like they did to you, they will be getting away with it. Because they have people like you who have no value for your life. Somebody shoots you in your hand, and then at the end of the day they've cut off your hand. The reason why we haven't finished your prosthetic is because they're having issues. The doctors are saying that you don't have a stump. They're trying to get you the one type, the one that with the electricity you can use. A lot of the prosthetics that they do here is just cosmetic. You just wear it and nobody knows that. You cannot use the hand. They're trying to get you the one that you can walk like hand for you. I told the doctor I want the best for you. And then you go around to do this to yourself. The issue is the doctors are saying that, and it is abroad. It's not available here. They're saying that she doesn't have a stump to be able for them to fit it. Otherwise, we would have done it for you since. Only for me to hear this thing. Finished addressing you. I'm leaving here. I'll leave you with the members of officers in this ministry and the DPP, members of my GBV committee, to continue to enlighten you, educate you. I don't have time to talk to you. I have no sympathy anymore for your, because of this your behavior. Let them just do the needful. I've just warned you and told you, in case if they tell you you won't believe them, I'm telling you myself the truth, what is in the law. If you have any issues, you discuss with them here and they get back to me. Is that clear? And let this be a warning to women, mothers, fathers whose children get assaulted and who go behind to pervert justice, to stop justice. When they are caught, they will be joined in the case, because government wants a sane society for all of the citizens to thrive. And if they have mad people in the society, deranged people, or people who are smoking or drinking something and they get mad and do terrible things to human beings, they don't have a space in the decent society. What the government is doing is not just to protect all of us, and anybody who wants to stop that protection, the rest of us will say, catch them and join them in this matter. Are you hearing me? It is a crime against the state. I understand that. But whatever you do, the government will continue with this case. Is that clear? So you're wasting your time. So you better know what is good for you. A word is enough for the wise.
Make na no forget say, as we see am, na so we dey talk am, we no dey take blame. From Benin City, by Lumi Mukoro, TMC TV News.